The biggest way to support them is to show up. That is where I got my most strength and where I felt the most supported. And there's so many ways that you can show up. You can simply call or text and say, hey, I love you. You are awesome. You are strong. I am thinking about you. Whatever you want to say. That's one way to do it. You can send flowers, you can send gifts. Amazing way to show up. And I'm going to put some gift ideas below in the YouTube notes so you can check it out, what would be appropriate. And then you can also be really proactive and say, hey, I want to start a fundraising page for you. Do you already have one? If they don't, there's so many ways, like GoFundMe, PayPal has one, and you can start a fundraising page, which would be very beneficial for your friend or loved one. Another way is you can organize a meal train. So you can ask your loved one, hey, do you have any dietary restrictions? I'm going to organize a meal train for you. It is going to be amazing to do that. I had a meal train and it was so helpful. Whether your loved one is going through surgery, chemo, radiation, they're going to have a lack of energy, so it's going to be extremely helpful. And if after surgery, they're going to have a lack of range of motion for at least 2 weeks. So we have fundraising page, we have meal train, and then another way that you can support them is offer to come over to their house and to do specific tasks. Just don't leave it open-ended. Instead say, hey, I want to come over and clean, do laundry, cook for you, all of the above or whatever you choose. Friday is great for me at 12 or Monday at 3. What's better for you? I know if people asked me that question and they were like, when can I come over? What works? That in itself overwhelmed me. Your friend and loved one, they're going through it is a life-changing event that is extremely traumatic. So it's just better to support them by really guiding them and giving them yes or no questions are really the best way. And if those 2 days don't work, you suggest another time that works with your schedule. And you can, if they have kids, you can pick them up from school, take them to school, walk their dog, clean, cook, anything like that they make, grocery store shop. So any of that works. And let's also talk about the gifts, because that part can be really fun too. Something that I offer is a Wellness Warrior series, which is really amazing because they get daily yoga, meditation, and self-care exercises to do. And it is designed once they've been cleared for exercise after surgery, which is around 2 to 3 weeks, and is also designed for anyone that's in chemo, radiation, or they're actually finished with it. It is really a nice way to support themselves with self-care, and all the exercises are short enough to get done throughout the day that's going to actually make them feel better, give them more energy, and they'll feel loved and supported. Some other ideas are, if they're having surgery, a button-up shirt is going to be helpful. They're going to lose the range of motion in the arms. So a shirt that buttons up, or pajamas, is a nice, fun gift. A fun gift someone that one of my best friends did for me is she rented a recliner for me. I had surgery, a double mastectomy and reconstruction at the same time, and it's nice to be reclined. Make sure if you decide to get a recliner for them if they don't have one, or rent one, that it's going to be electronic, because they're not going to be able to use their arms, so you don't want to use the manual one, so that's important. And then during chemotherapy, I was really big into using essential oils. I'm also a doTERRA essential oil specialist. You can ask me any questions and I'll have some links to specific oils that I used. For example, during chemotherapy, it's extremely common to lose your fingernails or for them to become discolored. I used doTERRA's tea tree oil. My fingernails never changed. They never got brittle. They never turned black, and I never lost them. I thought that was a huge win. I also used peppermint oil when they were flushing my port during chemo. Sometimes I can give a saline taste and it can make someone gag or nauseous. So I just had the bottle, inhaled it while they were flushing my port with saline. Never had a problem. And the peppermint also helps with energy and headaches. So that's perfect. Also, one other thing, I had friends come and stay with me from out of town, which still means the absolute world to me. I have friends I've lived a lot of places, so a lot of my best friends don't live in Atlanta, which is where I currently live. So they flew in. It was not during a pandemic, but they did fly in and they came and stayed with me. And it was an amazing way to connect, and I felt very supported. But if you can't fly in to see your friend, or if you're not able to drive over to their house, you can schedule FaceTime calls, or Facebook also has a way to do video calls. So anything like that. Again, good luck. Let me know if you have questions, and I hope all of this is really helpful to you.